It's 2021 and I can't believe it. So I figured I have some dishes I have to do, so I'm gonna do some dishes. And I wanted to talk about things that happened in 2020 and what my goals are for 2021. That way I can kind of keep myself on track for what I want to do this year. So that being said, I have some garbage I need to get off the countertop, but let's talk about it. So in 2020, at the end of the year of 2019 in December, like quite literally the end of the year, I moved into this apartment that I'm in now. And I feel like one thing after another just went wrong. Like my tub was backing up constantly with like oil or something, and it was coming up the toilet, and like there was just constantly people coming in and out of here. There was heating issues, and so they needed to put heaters in, and my neighbor's heater was in this house, and so, you know, just starting out here was hard. And then I got divorced in June, I want to say it is. And while that's not like, oh my God, something bad happened, it's still like a thing you go through in the year, you know what I mean? So I did that, and with all of the chaos of like trying to basically restart my life, you know, like I'm a single person for the first time in forever. I want to be successful, but I wasn't even really sure where to start. So also in the end of 2019, I had started my business, Pearl's Adult Boutique. And even now I'm still trying to learn more about, you know, how to run it the best way that I can, and, you know, everything. But everything's kind of like a process, you know, like you're not going to get it right the very first time you do something. So I don't beat myself up about it. It's just a thing that happens. I was also working for DoorDash, and it wasn't until around August that I kept getting a phone call back and forth from a process serving company. And I had never done process serving. I didn't really know anything about it. So I went on a ride along a couple times, and I thought, you know, yeah, this would be something that I would want to do. So I started another business, and I do that now. And you know, I also run my social medias and stuff like that. So all of that was going on. But in 2020, I feel like it was just nonstop stress. I was stressing constantly just about everything. You know, we had the wildfires that basically covered our town from the sunlight, and we had ash raining from the sky, so that was pretty terrifying. I've never lived somewhere where that's happened. I've lived places where, like, I had dust storms in El Paso, and you could, like, see the wall of the sand coming at you, and so that was pretty freaky. But I don't know, it reminded me a lot of, like, Silent Hill, like, you know, places where they're like, yeah, ash was raining from the sky. What? So yeah, that happened. My house was flooded by my ex-neighbors. The same neighbors showed up, the husband did, to my door at 2 o'clock in the morning with a machete. And then there were some back neighbors where the little boy was constantly on the window ledge, and like the mom was always screaming at him, and he shit on my porch. Like, actually, I have a picture of him squatting off the ledge and shitting on my porch. So just a lot of that, where it was like every time I came home, or even to leave, I would be stressed out. Like, I'd be stressed out. I wouldn't want to leave because I would be scared that something would happen, but I would have to leave because I would have to work. but I would just be constantly coming back and forth because I would be so scared to be gone for too long that, yeah, I just didn't know what to do. And then my dog, he just turned 2, and I have a senior, and she's never had any problems with any kind of being sick or anything like that. So I've never had a dog that had so many health problems. But my other dog, he's still a baby, ends up having like all these issues with his skin and allergies and all this stuff. So that was stressful because I felt like I couldn't help him, you know what I mean? Like, there was a day that he was pooping literal blood puddles all over my house, and I couldn't leave that day either because every time I came back there was just blood puddles everywhere, and they weren't small, they were really big. So I was pretty sure that he was gonna die, which he didn't end up dying. I made sure he stayed hydrated and all that. Let's see, what else for 2020? I mean, COVID happened. Of course, that happened to everybody. So COVID happened. I guess the reason that I don't feel like that affected me so much is, one, I stay pretty by myself, I guess, for the most part. Or I'm just around a few people and that's it. And, so I don't think it really affected me. Plus my jobs that I have, all of them are ones that didn't hinder me from, working. I didn't have where I lost my job, or I didn't have, having to get unemployment like a lot of people had to do. So I'm very, very lucky in that aspect. So, so yeah, but COVID hit, and I think that's taken, for me, it's taken an effect on like trying to meet new people, because I strived this last year to try to be more social and try to be more understanding and try to, meet different people that may not have the same views as I have, because, you can always learn something from somebody. And I think that made it hard just to meet new friends or, anybody really, because everybody was so worried about going out, or, places were closed, and so all of that happened. Yeah, I feel like 2020 was just a weird year for everybody. And while some of the stuff that happened to me weren't related to, COVID or being sick or anything like that, like, it was still just a weird year. Like, everything was stressful for everybody. And so now for 2021, let me share my goals. So for 2021, I've been saying it since December of this past year, so December 2020, that my goal is by December 1st, 2021, I want to have my RV, which means I need to save my money, and it means that I need to prepare to like move everything into an RV for me and my family. And so yeah, that's my goal. 2021, I want to have my RV, and I need to set little goals for myself too, as far as like for my businesses and stuff like that. Like, how much do I want to make this year and stuff like that. And so what I did was, my brother sent me an affirmations type of journal on my phone to do every day. And since yesterday, December 31st, I started doing it when I wake up. And it's kind of like, what are you grateful for and stuff like that. So it kind of keeps me, thinking about what it is, what my goals are, and what I can appreciate for myself. So yeah, I plan on having my RV by the end of the year. I plan on increasing my business on all fronts for all of them by, the end of the year of this year. I'm also not going to be stressing as much. That's a really big goal for me this year. I'm to the point now where I understand that things kind of just happen, and, I'm not closing myself off to anything anymore. But I also have, boundaries and things that I want for myself. So I do want to make more friends, stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm not I'm not searching. I just want it to happen naturally, I guess. So that's happening. And with this new job for me doing process serving, I get to travel. And so that is super exciting for me because I've always wanted to travel around. I never did it. I just never did it, to be honest. I just always put it off. I was too scared. Anytime I did travel, it was to see someone, and I would go directly there and be freaked out to stop anywhere else. So now I'm not going to do that. I get to travel, work, so I get to get paid to go see new places, and I dig that. And that's a big reason why I'm getting the RV, is because I want to be able to take my home with me, and I want to get out of my debt. I want to not have to worry about paying, $1,000 in rent that I could be putting towards paying my old debts off, and in return, that gives me a more free lifestyle, and that's what I'm really striving for, is I just want to be the most free that I can possibly be as a human here in America. I'm not saying I'm going to stay here forever either, because who knows? My brother lives in Germany, and I may go over there and travel once my kids are older, and they can, backpack with me or whatever. So I guess my hope for this year is that, well, I don't think we're going to be going back to what we knew before COVID. I hope we get some sense of normalcy, because I really miss seeing people's faces. I really miss being able to interact in a store or wherever without a mask on my face. So I kind of can't wait to see what happens with that. We have a vaccine, and I don't know, maybe that will help a lot of people. So yeah, my goals are December 1st, 2021 to have my RV. I want to help my son build his little business that he has this year as well. He runs a lemonade stand that he also sells hot chocolate from, depending on what the weather is. So I'm really proud of him, and he wants his little brother to sell food at the stand with him. So once my youngest gets into that, and I know he can do it. He's a very level-headed child as well, and yeah, so a lot of exciting things. Mainly just a huge majority of it is just to try and not be stressed out. Another goal is that I am managing my time a little bit more better this year, so I can post to my OnlyFans, and I can post to YouTube, and I can post to all these places more consistently instead of here, there, wherever. And the reason I want to do that is not so much because I need a huge following, or I want to be famous or anything like that. It's more I want to share my experience with people, because I don't remember a lot of it. And if I don't share it now, I might not ever remember it. I might not ever have that recall. So I figure if I share it now, I can go back and see it if I need to. My goals I do keep written down, so then it's never something that I will forget. So yeah, so those are my goals, and that's some of the stuff that happened last year. I can say that I am happier than I was before, or at the beginning of last year, and I did strive pretty hard to make it that way, about not getting upset or letting things go has been a big thing that I focused on for 2020, and I wasn't great at it, but I did a lot of it, and I plan on for 2021 to continue to do that. Not judge people, not have any, not regret, but have any animosity against people. I also have a big goal this year to start talking to some of my family members, which I haven't been in contact with, and I know that I should be trying. It's just really scary. because I don't want to be let down. But in the end, I guess that's where it comes in, where, you know, where I want to focus on trying to just let things go, you know. So what if it's scary, and so what if, you know, if I do get my heart broken, then, you know, what's the worst that can honestly happen? Except for I'll be sad, you know. But now I know I can get over it. And, yeah. I also had another thing that I've been feeling these last few years about talking to my grandma. It's more or less that I was ashamed of where I was, you know, like, I was ashamed that my marriage didn't work out, and I was ashamed of how I had been acting, and so I just never talked to her, and I wanna fix that, and I still don't really know where to start, but that is a goal for me this year, and it's nothing more or less than the fact that I just feel so embarrassed about where I was and what happened, and it's a stupid reason, I know, because, you know, it's just a stupid reason, but yeah, so that's another goal for this year that I have. But yeah, so let me know what your goals are for this year, things that you went through last year, goals that you might have hit for last year. For my toy business, I did make sales for last year, which was exciting. Not very many, but I made some, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Retail, and especially online retail, can be super hard, and so, but you know what never goes out of style or never becomes not cool? Sex. So it's easy to, I guess, not sell that, but you know what I mean. So let me know whatever you guys were, though, for this year coming up, and for your last year, ones that you did hit, things that you're proud of, and I'll be excited to hear them. And yeah, I think it's called 5 Minute Journal or 5 Journal or something. I definitely recommend trying. It's just something new to do if you don't do daily affirmations or whatever. Like, it's a new thing to try, and that's how I'm looking at it. Like, if nothing else, I wake up, I do that, and it kind of puts me in a good mood to get started for the day. So it's just something nice to try. And yeah, I just wanted to share that as well. And I guess beyond that, happy 2020 and a happy past 2020, and cheers to the new year that we're about to have. I hope we're all successful. I hope we all can learn how to deal with this COVID stuff, and, you know, being around people and how to kind of navigate that. So yeah, I hope everybody has a good day, and I'm gonna go finish doing my chores.